So I was tagged in this video from Glasses Malone and the No Ceilings podcast where they're talking Drake and J. Cole taking shots at Kendrick Lamar on the Jodeci freestyle, as well as something to do with poetic justice. And you know that this is the home of the poetic justice theory. I want to get right into the clip. I brought out the timeline, and I also have the Drake lyrics out so we can examine what Drake is actually saying on his second verse in the Jodeci freestyle, because I believe that it further proves the poetic justice theory. But let's have Glasses take it away.
And I do remember a kind of a controversy happening. Right now, I wasn't listening to the Drake songs. That was the B-sides and C-sides. I would catch what would come on the radio. If it was dope, started from the bottom, was about to drop, you know, the good songs. I'm not really diving in none of them niggas' catalogs. I really only was listening to the homie music. You know what I mean? And I would listen to that a few times and then be back on whatever I'm studying. So I missed that. Right. So again, I'm going to run that lyric back again. Right. This is important to remember, Revenge. We moved the operation to Cali soon as the snow dropped. Oh, stop. Please stop arguing about who's the best MC. I think everyone would agree they know that you're not.
That's the second verse.
That's 3 months, less than 90 days, roughly, after he was named the hottest MC.
So you think, so he took a shot,
That's crazy. That's a shot for sure.
He took a shot.
Yeah, it's definitely a shot.
Fuck your list. Your list, you lame niggas and doubters. I'm undoubtedly the hottest, and that's just me being modest.
This is J. Cole's part. This is J. Cole's verse.
Dummies. That's just me getting started. I'm artistic. You niggas autistic, retarded. That's J. Cole's verse.
No.
Oh, that's J. Cole. And you know what? It's funny when you went into that verse, I was like, this is better than Drake.
Yeah, that's what
I heard Drake, right? I was like, this is somebody different. Oh, that's J. Cole verse.
How this get?
Okay.
Wow.
That was 3 months after Kendrick Lamar was named the hottest MC.
Right.
Wow.
That was 3 months after Kendrick Lamar was named the hottest MC. Trap.
Right.
3 months
That's
after.
crazy.
We didn't hear about those verses, Trap.
So what happened? In that 90 days period, in that 90-day stretch for Drake to go at his friend? Because I guarantee you, it's not just him winning some slack MTV Hottest MC Award. It was something else. And we'll get into that in a second.
It's the narrative.
So I'm like, it was all good before that. 5-6 months. Actually, if that song came out in June, remember Good Kid drops in October of last year, 2012.
Right.
They had just
timeline is important.
Songs.
Ooh.
And what were the 3 songs that they collabed on? They collabed on Buried Alive on Drake's album, where Kendrick is basically detailing his initiation into the industry. You can go look at my other videos. I've done plenty of content on that. They collabed on Poetic Justice on Kendrick's album. And Kendrick, from what we understand from the Punch tweets recently, Kendrick insisted that Drake be on that album and Drake be on that song specifically. Would not trade it out for effing Problems. He would rather give that record to Rocky than put it on his album and take him off of Poetic Justice. Keep that in mind.
They had just collabed. No, Revenge. That was the hate. See, no. They had just did a collab song. They had just did. Matter of fact, Poetic Justice had just came out, which is a story behind that. But I'll let that man tell his own stories.
I wonder what the story could be. I wonder what that story could be. We're so right. We're so right. It's ridiculous.
We talked about it offline.
You've talked
about it offline.
You've talked about it offline. It's the same line though. It's the same line with anybody talking Kendrick Lamar and Drake. They'll talk about Poetic Justice offline. I think I'm one of the only people on the planet, aside from Steve, Lace Rhymes out in Vegas, and Hunted Pax, who put me on and up in Houston, that is talking about this element of this story, because it is the most important part to understand. It is the most important thing to understand when breaking down Drake and Kendrick Lamar. You have to stick to the timeline and you have to stick to the lyrics. It clearly is pointing to something happening. And I don't think these guys get into the second part of Drake's verse. Let's continue this. Hang on, let me watch.
Before Control or after Control?
No, I'm finna hit you with the time date. Poetic Justice, everything was good. Everything was good.
Was it?
Them lyrics happened after that man won Hottest MC, and they directly subbed that nigga after he won Hottest MC.
Mm-hmm.
So he wins Hottest MC. MTV awards him that March 08, 2013. Drake and Cole dropped the Jodeci Freestyle June 22nd, 2013. Dot Control comes out August 14th, 2013.
Hold on, Coach. He called us internet investigator and
detective.
Stuff. Yeah, you know, wait a minute. Hold on, time out. Wait, time out.
This man came out with
Ghost Live lunch hour every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right?
Yeah, I don't think they get back into the second part of the verse. But good thing is I have Drake's lyrics ready, because this is the most damning part of Drake's second verse on Jodeci Freestyle. And it directly supports the poetic justice theory, everything that we've laid out on this channel. This is what he is saying. Okay, the glasses broke down. Oh, stop, please. Oh, stop. Please stop arguing about who's the best MC. I think everyone agree. They know that you're not. Clearly a shot at Kendrick Lamar. The rest of the verse, knowing what we know now, hindsight being 2020, the rest of this verse reads like something happened. Something else happened. It's not just the MTV and being awarded hottest MC of the year. It's not just that. It was never that. And the lyrics back this up. He continues to read, and I'll continue to read the verse. I know I'm a sure shot, middle finger poking you in your sore spot. What could the sore spot possibly be? If he is the hottest MC award, why would he feel sore? Is it because his pen is so ridiculous? And they pulled off, TDE and Kendrick Lamar pulled off this heist on Drake and pulled off everything that we've talked about in the poetic justice theory, going on Drake's album and dissing him there. Getting him to come on his album, Good Kid, Mad City, and dissing him on, and getting him to diss himself on Poetic Justice. And then finally on Effin' Problems, getting him to say that he's a Fed with nothing to say, with nothing to add at all. Because Kendrick was Drake's ghostwriter. And he got Drake to do all of these things, but guess what? The hip hop community ignored it. They ignored it until me and Desiree Rose found it over 5 years ago now. It's insane. That could be the sore spot. Middle finger, fuck you. Poking you in your sore spot? Come on. That's so on the nose. Bars sound like I'm under oath, fella. That's a little funny, considering that, you know, there's lines where Kendrick Lamar says, I swore I wouldn't tell, but most of y'all share bars like you got the bottom bunk in a 2-man cell. And he's the MC that masturbated on your favorite MC until the industry had wanted him assassinated. If you follow the poetic justice theory, you know we think that there is an NDA out there, and Drake got the industry to get involved in all of this, to cover all of this up, because this would have been so damning to this man's career. It would have killed his rap career before it even had a chance to actually take off. And he would have been stuck just being an R&B and pop artist. iComedy Central roast fellas turn him into ghost fellas. Saying like, I'll roast you and turn you back into my ghostwriter. I'll kill your career and turn you back into a ghostwriter. I'm either getting bigger or you're just getting smaller, or it's both. I'm just as unforgiving. You bit the hand, now starve. It's not a joke. He's literally, that's the one thing I can honestly say about Drake. He tells on himself constantly in these songs. He is constantly pointing back to it. And he shouldn't be pointing back to it, because it's the one thing that is going to absolutely devastate the rest of his career amongst people who actually love hip hop and love the music and love the art form. Taking verses from people, especially verses from Kendrick Lamar, and you dissed yourself over 13 years ago, you lose all credibility. All those number one records mean nothing because you took instead of actually putting in work, actually writing the words yourself. You bit the hand, now starve. It's not a joke. I'll hang you with it after I teach you the ropes. Oh my God. He's saying, and especially if you go back to Buried Alive, what are they talking about there? He's talking about telling Kendrick, you need to rap a certain way. You need to rap like this in order for you to get to where I'm at. Because Drake is the gatekeeper here. Drake is the gatekeeper of hip hop. He was chosen by the industry. and I'll hang you with it after I teach you the ropes. That's insane. He's constantly telling on himself. Oh, well, bitches painting OVO on their toenails and show up at the show, the after party, and the hotel. That's 5-star in your city. They know where we at. I hit the lobby, women screaming like Jodeci's back. Again, he's rapping for women. Like he constantly tells on himself. He is constantly narking himself out. And this is the craziest thing about all of this, is that it aligns with the timeline. It perfectly fits in. Why would you even pen something like that? Pen those words specifically if you didn't have a problem with what he did to you. Because you did. Drake had a huge problem with what happened and transpired on those 3 songs. He found out, got the industry involved, made them sign an NDA saying it started on Control. But clearly it doesn't. Clearly it doesn't. Because the Jodeci freestyle comes before Control, where he's asking you, where are your bars? Big Sean, Jay Electron, Tyler Mac Miller, I got love for you, but I'm trying to murder you. Make sure your core fans never heard of you. That's what he's saying. And then you get into the BET cipher, he's telling you exactly what happened to him. I'm the master who masturbated on your favorite MC until the industry had wanted me assassinated. You either corny or an opportunist. I let you eat, now go back to stealing crackers at communion. That's what that man said. That's what Kendrick Lamar said. This is amazing because it just shows you how right we are. It literally shows you how right we are. And I understand Glasses and all them were talking about, like, you know, J. Cole, we don't know J. Cole, no respect. And I get that. I understand fans that look at J. Cole and they think to themselves that he's a snake and that he's been shading Kendrick ever since the Jodeci freestyle and he's actually envious of him. That's fine. If that's your perspective on J. Cole, that's fine. I think when this drops, J. Cole had no clue. I think he was just getting on there and he's following what Drake's doing. And if you look at J. Cole and where he comes from, he's not in LA with rappers at, you know, a community of rappers at his disposal. He's in North Carolina. He's an army kid. Just lucky to be here. I had somebody in my YouTube comments saying that they look at J. Cole as just happy to be here. Just happy to be here. And that's true. Because he's not a rapper from Atlanta with a deep hip-hop community that he can tap into. He's not a rapper from Detroit with a deep hip-hop community that he can tap into. Or Chicago. Or New York. He's from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Alone. Trying to come up. So if someone like Drake is offering you a chance to come on a song, wouldn't you take it? Drake is clearly what the industry has chosen to be number one. And if he's playing the industry game, yeah, he hops on that song and he just says, yeah, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Check the numbers. So he's going to talk his shit too, and that's okay. But I always look at J. Cole, and even after all this Kendrick Lamar versus Drake stuff, Kendrick Lamar, I had someone in the YouTube comments tell me, like, I didn't understand the meaning of Whacked Out Murals, that he's very clearly taking shots at J. Cole. No, he's not. Whacked Out Murals is a song about the media landscape, the people who report on hip-hop, the people who make hip-hop content, actively ignoring Kendrick Lamar's lyrics and actively ignoring this, the timeline of events, and not putting it together and piecing it together. There's one line where you could attribute a shot to Cole, where he says, fuck apologies, I want to see you geeked up. And that's always been what he's said to J. Cole. I don't care. Show me your bars. I don't need your apologies. I want to see you geeked up. I want to see it. It's the same thing with Control. I got love, but I'm trying to murder you. He's trying to elevate the game. It's why he says, Cole and Aubrey know I'm selfish. That crown is heavy. Because it takes a lot to be number one. When you are an artist that actually is an advocate for raising people up, and you meet that level of expectation Because there are some artists who just drop music and they like music and they hang out and it's cool. But there's other ones that are trying to help society. There's other ones. Those are the truly great ones. And that is a Kendrick Lamar. He's trying to elevate people. He's trying to bring people up. And that's why he says, fuck your apology. Port Antonio gets dropped before GNX. Fuck apologies. I want to see you geeked up. I don't care. Save your apology for later. But this is awesome. And I really do think that we're right. We've been right. We were right 5 years ago. We were right when the beef happened. We were right about all of this. All of this interconnects. And of course, there's a story behind Poetic Justice, like Glasses said. Of course, there's a story. The story is that Kendrick Lamar ghost wrote for Drake multiple times. And he got Drake to say some very questionable things on record. And it's on wax forever. And that makes Kendrick Lamar the greatest rapper of all time. I saw a live the other day because I was getting tagged in it where Torre's on, I think with Curtis King and Green. And they're talking about the categories that make someone the GOAT, right? The whole thing was, is Kendrick Lamar the GOAT? And the one category to me that is his separator amongst the Eminems, amongst the Jay-Z's, amongst the Andre 3000s, is this. He got your favorite rapper to diss themselves on not one, not two, but 3 different records. Well, I guess Buried Alive, Kendrick is just rapping on that one himself. But he's comparing him to R. Kelly in that song. on that motherfucker's record. He is the greatest MC because he did that. No other rappers ever accomplished that. Eminem didn't get Ray Benzino to diss himself on the record that they're rapping on together. Jay-Z didn't get Nas to get on a record with him and have Nas diss himself. None of that actually happened. Like, that never happened until Kendrick Lamar did it to Drake. And that is the separator. That is his 7th ring. You want to talk greatness like Tom Brady and Michael? Michael's got 6. Brady's got 7. Kendrick Lamar got his 7th when he did that. And that's over 13 years ago. That is over 13 years ago. It is absolutely insane. Thank you for tagging me in this video.